freedom is a very interesting word, but it's defined differently for a lot of people. So I think in the beginning, think about what your definition is, and then take slow increments and work your way towards that.
What's up, traders? Welcome back to Daytona Beach here in Florida. I'm today with Michael Toma. What's up, Michael?
Hey, Etienne, how you doing? Welcome to beautiful, sunny Daytona Beach, Florida.
It's so nice. We did this like a long time ago in Shanghai. The first video I was holding the camera like this and stuff, and we were walking in a pretty big street and stuff.
It was freezing that day too.
Well, yeah, it was nice though. So today we kind of want to talk about trading and travel. So what happens when you trade and you can have freedom and stuff to do whatever you want to do in life? That's kind of my goal. It's been my goal for the past 2 years. And now that I get there, I kind of want to help people do the same. And you, Michael, you've been doing the same, of course, for a while. Trading and traveling and doing some things like being everywhere you want to be, which is like kind of cool. So let's kind of talk about this. And this is not really scripted. So what's on your mind?
I mean, think about this. What are we doing now? The market is, pre-market, just about to open on the U.S. side, the equities. Obviously, Forex has been trading all day. And, we're on a beach, with our phones and, have our positions in hand. And this is kind of really the microcosm of what we love to do. This is what freedom's all about, to me at least. And I mean, I know you travel more in the world. I'll be in Asia next month. You're actually going to be in Asia too. Yeah. But to me, this was the vision. Having a cup of coffee on the beach in the morning, putting my pre-market trades in, and this is kind of what the lifestyle we've worked hard for, I think. And it's great to kind of come full circle where we're here talking about it, on beautiful Daytona Beach.
Of course, of course. So for people that are starting out and like their goal is to get freedom basically from trading, what do you think that they have to do? Because like it's good to learn to trade first, but if you learn the wrong style, then you're going to be stuck with like not having the right style and being stuck at your computer all day. So what do you have to think about when you start trading for freedom and for travel, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good question. And, I mean, it's a beautiful backdrop. It's a beautiful day. It's got a nice breeze here. But there's a lot of work that goes behind it for us to get here. And hard work that a lot of people, quite honestly, I don't see them putting the work in. But the ones that do are certainly rewarded. I mean, we're here on this beautiful day, but there are a lot of days, and we were talking about this last night at dinner, where, we were watching charts reviewing charts at Sunday morning, 6 a.m. And, it wasn't pleasant. I mean, but we put the hard work in. And, so this isn't just like, a piece of candy that was handed to us, I think. And, hard work pays off. But I also think, and something that I didn't do early in the beginning, and maybe, some of the traders now can paint the picture. Put the vision in your head of what you want to accomplish, not just in trading, but in life. What type of freedom do you want? Is it to have a beach home and be able to work on the beach, or is it I was talking to listen to one of your videos where their version of freedom was be able to not have to work and take care of their mom and stuff. Freedom is a very interesting word, but it's defined differently for a lot of people. So I think in the beginning, think about what your definition is, and then take slow increments and work your way towards that.
So, and then the other thing that happens is like people that want to have freedom in trading, what style should they pick in your opinion? Because like for me, it's like going to be swing trading. I like that. I've been doing this for almost like four years now, the same thing consistently. But what are the other options that happen for traders?
Yeah, and I think it's a good question. We have somewhat different styles in the sense. I've kind of grown more into a swing trader, but I mean, clearly in this type of environment, you can't be pressing buttons every 5 minutes on the beach. So, I've kind of molded into that because it fits my lifestyle. But, I think you have to look at what suits each individual person, but at the same time, make sure it fits into, again, what, you envision for your life and for your future. And that could be different in the beginning. Maybe it is kind of day trading and things like that to build your account up and to get to a lifestyle like this. Like, for example, when you trade on swing, you're all over the world. So one of your big concerns, for example, is like Wi-Fi access and things like that.
And missing trades. Yeah.
And missing trades. So, we don't want to paint a picture that this is all just perfect panacea. we still have challenges, but albeit, sometimes the challenges are solved in front of a pool as opposed to, middle of an office. But, I could see the sympathy, the tears coming out of the viewers. But we still have challenges. But again, finding your niche, it comes down to core stuff. It's not about, and I'll take a step aside from freedom. It's what do you want to accomplish, how are you going to do it? And I mean, obviously, desire to trade, there's different kind of styles you accompany different ways in your training, but there is a core swing methodology to how to accumulate wealth, clearly.
Yeah, awesome. And what's been one of your biggest challenge in traveling or just getting freedom in trading? What's been like the thing that you had to work on the most?
In the beginning, it was focus. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you come to a beautiful, environment and stuff, and you want to trade, and next thing you know, your friend's down at the pool, and you want to say hello, and you're there for an hour when you should have been there 5 minutes, and I have my office set up where it's overlooking, a beautiful scene with the pool and the water. You saw it last night. It's in the beginning, it's a little timid. Your mind tends to drift, but you always got to focus that this is a job, this is a business, and maybe you've earned the right to kind of have a certain freedom lifestyle, but that business element does not get taken away. And I don't want to come across with the impression that happens. So, but it's like everything. You learn to get adjusted, and it takes a lot of discipline. And it took me a while, but I think I'm there. I mean, when you're traveling all over the place, so you have some challenges as well, I'm sure.
Of course. Yeah. So for me, it was pretty much the same thing. So how much time do you spend on what? Like, what time do you spend doing trading? What time do you spend doing, because like, if you just travel and trade all the time, you won't be fulfilled. Because like, you want to see things and stuff, at least for me. So you gotta kind of combine both and find a schedule that you can work with, and then try to find ways to also improve. Because like, it's good to trade and like see things, but how are you gonna improve? How are you gonna become better? And that's why you kind of have to put in the schedule as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're still doing that. I mean, I'm still learning, I'm still developing, and not just my trading methodology. I mean, at this point now, we know what we have to do, but now it's just a question of don't make sure you stray or get lazy or anything like that. And also, I mean, it's a different topic and stuff, and we could talk about it at a different time. But we also have other businesses and revenue streams too. So that does take up a lot of things. And so, there's the challenge with that too. But I mean, these are dream challenges that it's like 5-10 years ago. I wish I have this problem.
Yeah, of course.
So.
But as you move forward and as you evolve, the problem you have kind of change, and they just transfer to different problems.
Sure.
Which you have to work on, but it's fine. So, and that can be powerful too, asking yourself, what kind of income can I create? Yeah. With trading around and everything. So
absolutely.
What can I add to it?
Yeah, and there are times too where, and I'll be honest, maybe my results have been affected a little bit, when I'm down here as opposed to my regular office and stuff. But I'm okay with that. I mean, I think part of freedom is having that balance to where you can accept that it's okay. I'm not going to work 14 hours today, or I'm going to work, but I'm not going to be like in front of a desk. If the results are slightly less, I'm okay with that too, And you can also, one of the things to think about is once you get to the point where you can have a team of people, people on your team to maybe delegate to and stuff like that. That's also, I think, part of freedom as well.
That's a pretty big point. So basically, the thing is, I think if you treat trading like a business and you do it like in the business way, then you're gonna get freedom eventually. But you gotta go through all the steps of like working hard, like kind of like a startup and stuff, working hard, creating it. Then later on, it's gonna be like getting a team or getting automation to kind of work on that.
Well, yeah, you know what? That's a great point. Part of developing a team, people think, well, I don't have the time or money to pay people. Automation is really, to me, that's my biggest team member. Having auto trading and like this morning, just before we came to the beach, I put some stop losses in and stuff. I mean, that was tough to do 5-10 years ago with like on a mobile device. Now it's really part of my daily routine, and it's just great. I mean, it's helped me develop my business, but it's also really helped improve my lifestyle. And again, not just for me, but my wife, the people in my life. It's that to me, that's what makes this all worthwhile. I love trading. I mean, it's I'm a junkie, but. I don't want to be sitting there pushing a button all day in front of a screen, and the methodology and the changes you make. I think that's what kind of makes it. So there was like I think I'll use the word balance. There was a balance effect that comes into play. That I just once you accept that, and again, getting back to your real question is, having a team, but technology is a great team member. I mean, it's allowed me to do what I do now.
So how did you automate your trading? Do it all by yourself, or did you have people around you to kind of help you out?
Well, you helped me out a lot, and your team, Alejandro, was a big help. It really opened my eyes. You know, I had to make changes in my career too. I had to like think about, you know, coding and how to do it, and not just necessarily how to be a great coder, but how to articulate what I want my strategies to do, and to have a conversation with a coder. So, you know, let them do what they have to do, but really communicate what I want to accomplish. So that was something that I never even thought about. You know, I was just more focused on setups and stops and targets and things like that. So, and again, like, you know, I guess the point here with freedom is it's not just like this peak that hits where you say, oh, okay, I've hit it or made it. To me personally, I could speak for you, we're not even close to that. I mean, there's always
a new level there. New level you could go to a freedom. So you can have freedom to travel and do whatever you want, be whatever you want to be.
Yeah.
But then the next level is like, oh, do you want to do it like with luxury or something of the sort? Or do you want to maybe even bring people with you and do it with other people?
Sure, absolutely. And I mean, I could argue I'm probably working harder now than I've had ever. It's just, it's not necessarily about in front of screens or trading. It's learning coding, learning this. So like development, and you know, we talked about this in the risk management program where, you know, having a development plan and looking at things. A lot of it is about strategy, automation, technology. Those are on my development plans now. That hasn't been there 10 years ago. It was more focused on setup, strategy, things like that. So I'm not working any less. I'm working probably just as much, but in a much beautiful setting with more flexibility and freedom. But you know, the effort is still there. So I think there's one takeaway I want to make sure is, and definitely disagree if you think so, and you know, different thinking is, freedom doesn't like, it just changes how you work and what you do, but I mean, you still got to put the effort in. I'm still developing. This is 20 years in the making. I'm still working on things.
Yeah.
Just a different.
And that's because, like me, you have a passion for it. Like you don't do it just for the money. You do it for the passion, and the money comes with it.
Yeah. I mean, I had a call with your buddy Alejandro on last week, and it was, you know, it was poolside, and like he never knew. I mean, it was just he just thought I was in my office, and I never really told him. But it's just that's a cool thing. That's cool thing. I mean, we're talking about coding. You know, the people at the pool were probably looking at me like, "What a dork." But hey, you know what? That's part of the game. So so again, it's not about just like, you know, laying on the beach. Or having a lifestyle like that. Obviously, traveling, you know, it creates its own little challenging, but it's part of the reward. Freedom is part of the reward for that hard work, and there's nothing like treating yourself and you know, the people around you, your family. To me, that's what makes it all worth it. It's not about pushing buttons and stop losses. It's all about that, seeing smiles on people's faces and kind of living the life that you always wanted. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So we want to keep these videos like really tactical and short. So what do you think is the kind of takeaway or the action step for people watching this right now? What do you have to apply? And the other question I have for you is like, do they have to kind of do the automation first, working on that now because that's kind of relevant, or do the traditional way, manual first, and then have automation in their plan to become better later? What do you think?
Well, I'll start with this. The coffee tastes so much better on the beach in the morning. When you have a nice cup of coffee for a nice walk, you know, that's great. But I think for traders now, obviously, I mean, strategy is so important, you know, and tactical, you know, things, trading plans, that stuff doesn't go away. But I think at some point, and if I was starting now, like earlier in my career, the technology element, the coding, that really has to start playing a role. And you know, you don't have to do it yourself. I mean, your group plays a big role in helping traders with that. But getting to know that, and again, you don't have to be a coder, but just kind of learn how the basic concept works. But I guess in summary, and again, come back to the freedom thing, let technology do a lot of the work for you. And to be honest with you, it takes the emotion out of a lot of the trading, so your results sometimes are even better. But so that's, you know, one takeaway. But yeah, I think get involved in it. I mean, you see hedge funds now and prop firms. If you ever look at like a job description, they want math scientists, they want data scientists. They don't want Wall Street experience. So, you know, embrace that. These are the big boys, and they know what they're doing. You know, so have an element to that. Put it in your development plan, and don't be shy. If you don't really know that's not your forte, it's okay. You know, you have a team, and you know, surround yourself with people who, you know, have been there, and you know, they'll get you through it.
That's what I say. Even for me, when I'm not good at something, you surround yourself with people that are good at it and that are expert at that topic. or that know a lot and that have done it before you. I think that that's a key point too.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, this is the horse's mouth right here. I mean, you've gone full circle with that, and you've really made tremendous progress with you and your students on it.
Yeah, it's awesome. So we'll wrap it up here for now. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate it. We'll do a bunch of videos with you today, of course, in Daytona Beach here in Florida. So I appreciate that, and we'll catch you guys. Oh, by the way, here are a few comments in the past video. Appreciate you guys for leaving comments as always, and we'll catch you back here pretty soon. Ciao.